It was late, past midnight, when I finally pulled into my driveway. The headlights cut through the darkness, illuminating the familiar shape of my home. But something was off. Someone was standing by the mailbox at the end of the drive. As I got closer, a cold dread washed over me. The figure was me. The same blue jacket I was wearing, the same tired slump in the shoulders, even the glint of my watch on their wrist. It just stood there, unmoving, its face a perfect, emotionless copy of my own, staring right at me. My heart hammered against my ribs. I slammed the car into park, fumbled with the keys, and sprinted for the front door, not daring to look back. Once inside, I bolted the lock and pressed my face against the blinds. It was still there, the double just watching. My hands shook as I dialed 911. "There's someone outside my house," I stammered. "They look exactly like me." The dispatcher sounded skeptical but promised to send a car. By the time the police arrived, the figure was gone. There was nothing outside but the damp night air and a set of footprints in the soft dirt by the mailbox. Footprints that led nowhere. The next morning, the unease lingered like a bad taste in my mouth. I tried to dismiss it as a waking nightmare, a trick of a tired mind. But then my neighbor, Mrs. Gable, caught me as I was leaving for work. Her eyes were wide, her face pale. "You won't believe this," she whispered. "But last night, around 2 a.m., I saw myself. I was walking Chester." She showed me her security footage. There on the grainy screen were two identical figures of her, each holding a leash, walking the same small dog. The town started buzzing. Whispers of the watchers spread from house to house, a quiet infection of fear. The local news tried to quell the growing panic, bringing on a psychologist who called it a shared delusion, a symptom of collective stress. They told us to stay calm, to rationalize. But their words were hollow. That night, the delusion became an epidemic. At exactly 12:14 a.m., the 911 switchboard lit up like a Christmas tree. Dozens of calls, then hundreds. All over town, people were seeing them, their own doubles standing in their yards, on their sidewalks, their faces illuminated by streetlights, their eyes fixed on the windows of their own homes. The watchers were back, and this time they were everywhere. A local teenager, trying to prove it wasn't a hoax, went live on social media. "Look, guys, he's right there," he said, his voice trembling as he pointed his phone camera at his own double standing across the street. "He's copying me." The kid on the screen waved, and the figure across the street waved back. He jumped, the figure jumped. But then the kid stopped, holding his hand up. The double on the other side of the road smiled first, a wide, unnatural grin. A moment later, the phone clattered to the ground, the live stream ending with a shot of the dark, cracked pavement. Panic was a wildfire now. People nailed boards over their windows, taped paper over their mirrors. No one wanted to see their own face. The town held its breath each night, waiting for 12:14, and with each passing night, the watchers got closer. They moved from the edge of the properties to the middle of the lawns. Then they stepped onto the porches. Last night I saw my own double standing just outside my front door, close enough that I could see the condensation of its breath on the glass. It didn't move. It just stood there, waiting. Tonight the silence in the house is deafening. Then a sound, a soft rhythmic knocking at the front door. Thump, 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 thump. I froze, realizing it was in perfect sync with my own racing heartbeat. My legs carried me to the door as if in a trance. I leaned forward, my eye pressed against the cold metal of the peephole. A face stared back. My face. The lips, a mirror of my own, parted, and a whisper seeped through the wood, a voice that was mine but not mine. "Let me in." The knocking stopped. The night outside fell utterly silent. Too silent. Where were the police sirens that had become the town's nightly soundtrack? They were gone. The few of us left were on our own, trapped in our homes, our only companions the silent figures outside. And then a new sound began, a low murmur that grew into a chorus of voices echoing through the empty streets. Hundreds of voices, all identical, all familiar, our voices. "We've waited long enough," they chanted in unison. Suddenly the lights flickered and died. The house plunged into darkness. I fumbled for a candle, my hands shaking so badly I could barely light the wick. The flame cast dancing shadows across the room. I glanced at the large picture window, and my blood ran cold. My reflection was there in the glass, illuminated by the candlelight. But it was perfectly still. I wasn't moving, but my reflection was sitting calmly, watching me. As I stared, frozen in terror, the head of my reflection slowly tilted to the side. At the same moment, I felt a cold hand touch my shoulder from behind. The morning sun rises over a quiet town. The streets are calm. The birds are singing. On my street, front doors hang open, swinging gently in the breeze. People begin to emerge, going about their day. A woman walks her dog. A man gets his newspaper. They smile and wave at each other. Everything seems normal. But if you look closely, you'll notice that none of them ever blink. And as they walk, their shadows stretch out behind them, all pointing in the wrong direction, away from the sun. When your reflection stops following you, it means it's finally found its way out.